Have you ever felt like, no matter how hard you work, your money is never enough? The bills keep piling up, debts grow, and financial stability seems further out of reach. This frustration is more common than you might think. But the good news is that there's a solution. What you might not realize is that certain habits could be sabotaging your finances without you even noticing. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 habits you need to break now if you want to achieve a prosperous financial life. I'll guide you on how to identify these harmful behaviors and, more importantly, how to transform them into actions that will ensure your financial stability and peace of mind. Let's dive into each of these 7 financial habits that could be holding you back. Just by being here, you're already showing that you're determined and committed to changing your financial life to reach the wealth you desire. I'm confident that if you watch this video until the end and start applying what I'm going to teach you today, your situation will change very quickly. Congratulations on taking this step. Let's get started. First habit: spending more than you earn. Spending more than you earn is one of the main causes of financial problems. This habit often stems from a lack of awareness about your own income and expenses. It can start with small daily purchases that seem harmless, but add up over the month, exceeding your income. This difference between what you earn and what you spend is often covered by credit, whether through credit cards, overdrafts, or personal loans. Imagine you receive a monthly salary of $5,000. Your fixed expenses, such as rent, utilities, food, and transportation, total $4,500. However, with small luxuries like dining out, impulse purchases, and subscriptions you don't regularly use, your monthly spending rises to $6,000. To cover this difference, you use your credit card without realizing that you're entering a dangerous cycle of debt. When you spend more than you earn, accumulating debt is almost inevitable. Interest and fees start to eat into your monthly income, and before long, a significant portion of your salary is being used just to pay off debt. Moreover, this practice prevents you from building a financial safety net, making it difficult to handle emergencies. The solution to this problem begins with creating a detailed budget. List all your sources of income and all your expenses. This includes everything from fixed bills to small daily expenses that often go unnoticed. With this budget, you can identify where you're overspending and make necessary cuts. Another strategy is to adopt the 50-30-20 method. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and investments. Second habit: not having a budget. Not having a budget is like navigating a ship without a map or compass. Without financial planning, it's easy to lose control of your finances, not know where your money is going, and end up in debt or lacking resources for emergencies and basic needs. Many people don't create a budget because they think it's complicated, or because they believe only those with extra money need one. However, a budget is an essential tool for everyone, regardless of income. It helps you visualize where every cent is going and allows you to make adjustments before problems escalate. Without a budget, you might end up spending more than you can afford and accumulating debt. Additionally, without knowing exactly how much you're spending, it's difficult to save or invest effectively. The lack of financial control can lead to stress and anxiety, especially when unexpected expenses arise. Creating a budget is easier than it seems. Start by listing all your income sources and then all your expenses. Include everything from rent and utility bills to small expenses like coffee or eating out. Then compare your expenses to your income. If you're spending more than you earn, find areas where you can cut back. It's important that your budget is realistic and that you review it regularly, making adjustments as needed. Third habit: accumulating credit card debt. A credit card is a useful tool when used correctly, but it can also be one of the main sources of financial problems if misused. The biggest danger with credit cards lies in the high interest rates charged on unpaid balances and the ease with which you can overspend. A credit card can give you a false sense of purchasing power. When you make a purchase with a credit card, you don't feel the immediate impact on your bank balance, which can lead to the feeling that you have more money than you actually do. Many people end up using the card to cover expenses they can't afford at the moment, believing they'll figure it out later. However, when the bill arrives and you can't pay the full amount, interest starts to accrue and the debt can grow quickly. Accumulating credit card debt is extremely dangerous due to the high interest rates. In many cases, interest can reach 10% per month, meaning a $1,000 debt can easily double in a year if unpaid. Moreover, once the debt starts growing, it can be hard to get out of it without sacrificing other aspects of your financial life. Conscious use of a credit card is essential. The best practice is to always pay the full bill each month, avoiding interest. If you've already accumulated debt, prioritize paying it off as soon as possible, perhaps by transferring the balance to a card with lower interest rates or consolidating the debt into a personal loan with lower rates. Another tip is to use a credit card only for purchases you've already planned and know you can pay off in full the next month. Fourth habit: not having an emergency fund. An emergency fund is what protects you from financial setbacks, such as losing a job, a health issue, or an unexpected car repair. Without this fund, you could find yourself in a difficult situation where the only option is to rely on loans or credit cards, which can create a cycle of debt. Many people underestimate the importance of an emergency fund or believe they'll never need it. Others struggle to save because they spend all the money they earn or believe that an emergency fund is something to build only after all debts are paid off. However, the truth is that emergencies happen and being prepared for them is crucial. Without an emergency fund, you're vulnerable to any unexpected event. An unforeseen expense can quickly drain your savings and force you to take on high-interest loans or use a credit card, increasing your debt and putting your financial stability at risk. Additionally, the lack of a fund can increase stress and anxiety because you know you're unprotected. Building an emergency fund should be a priority. Ideally, this fund should be enough to cover 3 to 6 months of basic expenses. Start by saving a little each month, even if it's a small amount. The key is to build this fund consistently and with discipline. Keep this money in an account that's easily accessible but not used for other purposes, so you're not tempted to spend it unnecessarily. Fifth habit: lack of financial education. A lack of financial education is one of the biggest obstacles to financial success. Many people don't have a clear understanding of basic concepts like compound interest, inflation, investment diversification, and retirement planning. Without this knowledge, it's easy to make poor financial decisions that can harm your finances in the long run. Financial education is often not taught in schools, and many adults end up learning about money through trial and error, which can be an expensive and painful experience. Additionally, there's a common belief that personal finance is complicated and can only be understood by experts. This can lead to inertia, where people simply avoid thinking about their finances because they believe they won't understand, or that making financial decisions is too difficult. Without a solid foundation in financial education, you could end up making costly mistakes, such as falling for financial scams, making high-risk investments without understanding the dangers, accumulating high-interest debt, or simply not saving for the future. These mistakes can have serious consequences, such as loss of money, excessive debt, and lack of financial security in retirement. Financial education is something you can pursue at any stage of life. There are many resources available, such as books, videos, online courses, and workshops on personal finance. Start with the basics, like budgeting, saving, investing, and retirement planning, and gradually deepen your knowledge. Additionally, seeking guidance from a financial advisor can be a good idea if you want to create a personalized plan for your finances. Sixth habit: delaying payments. Delaying the payment of bills, whether credit cards, loans, or utility bills, may seem harmless at first, but it has significant long-term consequences. Fines, interest, and the negative impact on your credit history are just some of the repercussions of delaying payments. Delaying payments can happen for various reasons. Sometimes it's due to a lack of organization. Other times, it's because the money simply isn't available on the due date. In some cases, people delay payments because they underestimate the impact it can have on their future. There are also those who struggle to prioritize payments and end up spending money on other things, leaving the bills for later. When you delay paying bills, penalties and interest start to accumulate, increasing the total debt. This can create a snowball effect of debt that becomes difficult to pay off. Additionally, delaying payments negatively affects your credit history, which can make it harder to get loans in the future or result in higher interest rates when you do secure financing. In extreme cases, you could even face legal actions for debt collection. The best way to avoid delays is to organize your finances. A good practice is to set up payment reminders or automate bill payments to ensure they're paid on time. If you're struggling to pay all your bills, prioritize those with higher interest rates or that directly impact your credit. Another strategy is to renegotiate debts to get longer terms or lower interest rates, making payment easier. Before we move on to the seventh and final habit, let me ask you, are you finding this valuable information helpful? If so, comment, "I am a rich and prosperous person." And make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's continue. Seventh habit: lack of future planning. Many people focus so much on their immediate needs and wants that they end up neglecting long-term financial planning. This can be especially harmful when it comes to saving for retirement or long-term goals like buying a home or funding children's education. Planning for the financial future may seem distant and for many difficult to imagine. The idea of saving or investing for a goal that won't be reached for 20 or 30 years may not seem urgent, especially when there are so many other things competing for your attention and money right now. Additionally, there's a natural tendency to underestimate how much time and money will be needed to achieve these goals, leading many people to delay planning. The lack of financial planning for the future can have serious consequences. Without adequate savings, you might find yourself in a difficult situation in retirement, relying on family members or facing a significant drop in your standard of living. Moreover, without a clear plan, it can be difficult to achieve other important financial goals, like buying a house, starting a business, or securing your children's education. Financial planning for the future should start as soon as possible. This involves setting clear and realistic goals, like the amount you need to save for retirement or other long-term goals. Then, create a plan to achieve these goals, which may include saving a portion of your income regularly and investing in options that offer good returns over time. Consulting a financial planner can help create a plan tailored to your situation and needs. Avoiding these 7 harmful financial habits is crucial to building a healthy and stable financial life. While it may be challenging at first, taking steps like creating a budget, avoiding debt accumulation, building an emergency fund, seeking financial education, paying bills on time, and planning for the future are essential steps to ensure your financial security. These habits require discipline and ongoing commitment, but the benefits they bring in terms of peace of mind and financial freedom are immeasurable. By adopting these practices, you'll be on the right path to achieving your financial goals and living a more balanced and secure life. If you've made it this far, comment, "I watched until the end," so I'll know you watched everything and I'll reply to your comment. I hope you start changing your habits right away, that new opportunities open up for you, and that life brings you many blessings. Until we meet again, may God protect and guide you. Now, take some time to watch other videos on our channel. I'm sure they'll add a lot of value to your life. A big hug, and see you next time.